welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that I filmed and refilmed, but today is the day that I'm actually gonna post it. Woohoo! Woo-hoo! It is the 50 facts my family chose about me video that I've been talking about posting for about 3 months now. And it was my family's idea to do this video because they just felt like I left out a lot of things in my 50 facts about me video, which I will leave linked down below. It'll be the top link, and I'll also link it at the end of the video at the end card, so you can just click on that if you would like to watch that one as well. So yeah, that's basically it. These are 50 things that my family thought that I should tell you guys, and some of them were very embarrassing, but you know what? This is me, y'all. This is real. This is me. Fact one, I'm not a good singer. So a lot of these are gonna be like kind of long-ish stories, so I'll try to cut it down just so that this video is not extremely long. Number one is that I broke my wrist. And I forgot to mention this in my other video, but basically I was a cheerleader all of high school, and my junior year we were doing this stunt. I'll insert a clip of it right here. We did the stunt in the performance, but when we were practicing for the performance, kind of figuring out how this stunt was gonna work, I was the back spot, which basically means that I was in the back of the stunt, like behind the girl's butt, holding her ankles, all of that. And in this stunt, I was supposed to bounce, toss her, and catch her like a tabletop. And something went wrong, and my elbow got caught on my knee, and I got all of her weight, and man, Macy's little booty just broke my wrist and it snapped. I'll show you guys a lot of pictures throughout this video just to give you some context, show you some insight into what I used to look like and all of that. But here's some pictures of me laid up with a broken wrist. I ended up having to get surgery, and it was not fun at all. During this time, my mom was pregnant with my little brother Parker, and so she was laid up on bed rest at the time. We had to go pick her up, and it was just like this big whole fiasco, and needless to say, it hurt extremely bad. But I got surgery and it is fixed. But the main thing that my family wanted me to tell you guys is that I named my wrist during all of this, and I named it Kevin. And Kevin has been my buddy ever since. Every Sunday, my dad would make homemade pancakes from scratch, and they were amazing. But I decided that I was weird, and I did not want burnt pancakes, which I mean, like, okay, you don't want them black, but I did not want them brown either. I wanted them rare. I wanted them white. Don't at me, you know, I don't know why. It's just how it was. And I also ate it with sprinkles. I would make them into like tacos, so it'd be like the white pancake, and then I'd sprinkle some sprinkles in the middle, sprinkles, and then I'd make it into a taco, and then I would dip it in more sprinkles. But they had to be specific kinds of sprinkles, I don't know. And then I would get like holiday sprinkles. Yeah, okay, that's only number 2. I need to hurry up. When I was like 3 or something, I bit my Uncle Scott. Yeah, I thought it was a dog, so I was climbing underneath the table and just went to town and bit him. And then I got this book called No Biting Puma, and we still joke about it to this day. Which, by the way, last Thursday, my Uncle Scott got a new kidney. Like, he got a kidney transplant, and oh my God, we've been waiting for this for 4 years. 4 years, he finally got a kidney transplant, and I just wanted to mention that because it makes me so happy. And we have to name the kidney because we named my wrist, we named everything, so yeah, love you, Scott. Congratulations. Oh, this story is one of his favorite stories to tell. When I was little in preschool, I told the teacher that I needed to be in the front of the school picture, like the classroom picture, because I was the cutest. Oh, I slapped a girl in 6th grade because she told my crush that I liked him, and I only got 2 lunch detentions for it. We had this little kitten named Elliot when I was in preschool, and I mean, my sister was in preschool, so I was like 2. But anyways, there was stairs in our little house, and I would throw the cat down the stairs. The cat would run back up the stairs, and I'd pick it up and throw it again. There's 2 people, living things in this story. One is the cat and one is me. I mean, we were kind of both at fault, but we just liked each other. I don't know. It was kind of a game. He wasn't hurt, I promise. He's okay. I think he lived a long, healthy life. I used to cut worms in half and then kiss them better. Yeah, I don't know. I also touched a dead bat when I was in preschool. I did a lot of weird things when I was in preschool. Yeah, so I went up to my sister's elementary school for pickup and there was a dead bat and I was friends with all the boys and they were like, Olivia, you should touch it. Well, actually, I don't even think they said they should touch it. I think I just walked up and touched it because I wanted to. And then my mom got really mad at me because obviously I touched a dead animal. They used to call me the bag lady because I carried bags literally everywhere I went. I liked to hide in the like Tupperware container cabinet while my mom made food. Oh, I have a little brother named Parker. I already told you about that, but I named him. I took the name Parker off my own personal list and suggested it. And it was between Parker and Flynn towards like when my mom was like 6 months pregnant, I think. And we just decided on Parker and yeah. The rest is history. In my other video about 50 facts about me, I talked about cutting my hair when I was in kindergarten. That was pretty much it. I just cut my own hair right here. I need to expand on that story according to my mom and my sister. So basically we were at my grandma's house as we were every single weekend or most weekends, I guess. We used to go over there all the time. And my grandma took a shower, my mom's mom, my grandma on my mom's side. She took a shower and left my sister in charge of me, who was probably only like 8 at the time. I was probably like 5 or 6. And that's when I cut my hair because I was left unattended. Love you, Granny. I played the clarinet from 5th grade through 7th grade and then I quit to do drama, which I sucked at. My cousins and I used to go over to my grandma's house all the time. And this was when there was only 4 of us and we were all really, really close and we were close in age. So it was lots of fun. And so my grandma on my mom's side would have us over all the time and just kind of give the parents a break for a night. And so it was the 5 of us every weekend. Some weekends, I don't really know how often, okay. And we had this thing called Jazzo's Cafe. And basically it was a cafe that we would do the next morning and we would charge our parents to come eat at the cafe and we would put it in a piggy bank. And then at the end of the year, we would break the piggy bank and use that money to buy our parents Christmas gifts. And it actually worked out really nicely because it showed us kind of a good work ethic and it just made work fun and it was lots of fun. But the name Jazzo's comes from all of our initials. So Jaina, Anna is my grandma's name, Zach and Zoe are my cousins, and Olivia. So yeah, remember that story. I used to dance for a long time. I think I danced for about 8 years from like 2 to middle school age and I really, really enjoyed it. I just did tap and ballet, but I really liked it. My mom lost me in Marshalls when I was little and I literally walked out of the store.
Hi, editing Olivia here. I would just like to say that I don't know why I worded it like this. I clearly lost myself. My mom did not lose me. I walked out of the store without her. That is my own fault. LOL.
And a little old lady came up and grabbed my hand and brought me back inside. And I was returned to my mom safe and sound. My Uncle Scott works at a community college nearby and he's worked there for forever and he does IT and one of his coworkers is named Julie and I've known her my entire life. When I was really little, my favorite animal was an elephant. I was talking about elephants and how they're my favorite animal and she said, oh, are elephants your favorite animal because you have such a big nose? Yeah, she made me cry. I have tons of Playmobiles and it was an obsession as a kid. Speaking of obsessions as a kid, I had like 60 or 70 Webkins. Yikes. I was elbowed in the head at cheer and got a gigantic bump on my head. Super fun. When I was little, I had a friend named Matilda. She goes by Aspen now, but Matilda and I, we were wild children, but like in a different way. Like we liked the outdoors a lot. Like we loved animals, we loved drawing, we loved all these things. When we were little, she had geckos and I was obsessed with them. I wanted one so bad. But one day we took the geckos outside because why not? They're lizards, they like the outdoors. Why not? So I was carrying lizards in my shirt, like so. I had 2 in my shirt, and one fell out and I lost it. Solid. We found it, don't worry. I don't really know what the point of this story is, but I think it's kind of funny. My older sister wanted to name me California. Jana and I used to make up dances all the time. My favorite one was to Battlefield by Jordan Sparks. Battlefield, oh, oh, battlefield, a battlefield. We used to make up dances to Joe Rose, all kinds of things. My friend Aspen and her mom and my family, we used to always go camping and floating and trail building. And specifically, I think my family wanted to talk about how I used to be really obsessed with fire. Don't really know why, but we just really liked like embers, I guess. And we used to try to get the fire to like start again after it would go out. I don't know, it's cool. Fascinating, right? So my Uncle Brett has a son named Devin, and I was about like 8 or 9 when he was born. Yeah, he's 11 now. Yeah, he was 8 years old when he was born. And at his first birthday party, apparently I had one of those like flip cameras. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But I had one of those cameras and I vlogged his birthday party when I was 8 or 9, I guess. How weird that we're here. When I was little, I went to my cousin's on my dad's side house, or like my uncle's house on my dad's side, and we were playing with a toy that had like, you put balls in it and then it would like spin around and then it would like pop out at the end or something like that. It was like a tube. Anyways, all I didn't know is that it's a tube, and we would put things in the tube and they would like spin and stuff. And little Olivia put something she wasn't supposed to down there in the toy. I decided to put my hand in and try to get it back out. My hand got stuck and we had to take the toy apart. Sorry if the lighting or the angle or anything changed. Had to take a break from my camera. So yeah, we're back. I fed chipmunks in Colorado, the last and only family vacation that my family's been on 10 years ago. And yeah, here are some pictures of me feeding the chipmunks, yo. When I was little, I told my family that they were not allowed to tease me because I hated it so much. In my family, we like to tease a lot. And no one was ever allowed to tease me, ever. When I was little, I got a bar of soap for Christmas, and it had a little ducky like in the actual soap itself, and so immediately I had to take a bath and get the duck out of the soap. When I found out my parents were getting divorced, one of the first things I said was, at least I get 2 Christmases now. For my 5th birthday, we celebrated at Olivia's Cafe in Disney World. I did not realize that because I was so little, but yeah, it was pretty fun. I've gotten stung by jellyfish multiple times, and I remember one specific time that we were talking about, the main way that you get rid of like the sting is vinegar, and you like spray it on, and usually the lifeguard stand will have some, so we went to it and they didn't have any, and so it hurt really bad. I used to teach my stuffed animals over the summer. Like, I pretended like I was a teacher and taught my stuffed animals all about math or whatever I was learning about. When I was little, I had a best friend named Joe, and him and I got married when we were 3 years old. White chocolate has always been my favorite chocolate. At Christmas and birthday parties, I am what we call Santa, and basically that means that I hand out the presents. So if it's my brother's birthday, I will grab all the presents for him and hand him each one and like make sure that they're in the right order and everything. And then at Christmas time, when our whole family is together at whoever's house, I will bring everyone their stocking, and we're one of those families that likes to watch everyone open the presents. So I'll bring like each person their stocking in age order, so the youngest to the oldest, and then we'll do presents and I'll give everyone their present. That's me, that's my role. Parker calls me O, that's my name. He can't say Olivia, so he calls me O. Okay, so the last time I filmed this video, I talked about this long story and I ended up cutting it out because I thought it was too embarrassing, but apparently my family wants me to include it. So when I was little, I used to go to my Uncle Dan and Aunt Michelle's house. That's my dad's brother's house, and they lived like 20 minutes away, and it was always like a big ordeal because they weren't so close by. So we went over there, and that's the house that I got my arm stuck in the toy. But one time we were leaving the house and I wanted to feed their fish. They had a koi pond like about like that big, like not really like humongous or anything, but like you walk out the front door and it was right to the right side, and you can walk down, and there was like stones around it that you could stand on and feed the fish. And so I was just feeding the fish. I was probably like 6 or 7. I was pretty big, like I wasn't like tiny anymore. So I was like leaning over to feed the fish, and I just fell right into the pond, the tiny little pond, and it was great. I was swimming with the fish. But it was right before we had to leave, so I ended up having to wear like a t-shirt home. But yeah, I fell in the koi pond. I definitely stunk for like the next 2 days, but my friend Aspen and I, when we were little, decided to make a cookie cake to celebrate Martin Luther King Day. And we were like, happy birthday, Martin Luther King. I'll show you a picture. Yikes. So my biggest pet peeve of all time is very specific, but it like, just thinking about it makes me cringe, girl, it makes me cringe. So you know how in Jeeps you can take doors off of your car, like a Jeep Wrangler, you can take the doors off, you can take the roof off, and all of that. So during the summertime in my hometown, there are tons of Jeeps, and people always take the doors off, and like, whatever, do you. But my biggest problem I have with this is when people who have the doors off of their Jeeps put their feet outside of the car on the ledge that you would like stand on to get into the car. What if you like get in an accident, like there goes your leg, bye, literally bye, like see you never, like there goes your leg, hope you can find it so you can get it back on your body. Like what? It makes me so insane, so crazy, like I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Oh my God, this one's really funny. Okay, so when Jane and I were younger, like after my parents got divorced, we would be at our dad's house 2 nights a week. So we would go to my mom's Monday, Wednesday, and my dad Tuesday, Thursday. And he is a surgical rep, which basically means he sells like implants to go in backs and whatnot. Every once in a while, he would have to go set up for a like add-on case for the next day, which means basically he would take his instruments and bring it to the hospital and like send it through the cleaning machine and stuff like that. More technical terms than that, I'm sure, but that's basically the gist. So Jane and I would go to hospitals at night sometimes, and he would have to bring us in. I mean, obviously we were pretty little, and sometimes it took extra long in case he had to bring more things, or if he had to track something down through the hospital or whatever, but we would just tag along. And we had to be like, I had to be like 9 or 10, and Jana had to be what, like 12 or 13 when we first started this, and it was just so funny and weird. We didn't really do this every single time we were at the hospital, but one time we got so loopy before we went, or like while we were there, like we were just in such a weird mood that we decided to do this thing where we would control each other's brains. So like if you were being controlled, this is so weird, if you were being controlled, then you would act like you can't do anything by yourself, and then the other person would be like, okay, take 4 steps, and you'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then be like, okay, turn right, and then you turn right, and then sometimes they would like lead you the wrong way, and you'd like purposely walk into a wall. It was so much fun. It was awesome. My first word was no. The sass is real. My favorite food at 4 years old was a Caesar salad. My favorite childhood movie was Monsters, Inc. I was obsessed. I wanted to be Boo for Halloween, but then when Halloween would roll around, I would forget about it and do something else. But one day. Oh, this one's really funny. Okay, so when I was little, I went to my grandma's house, my dad's mom's house, and we were recording a Christmas music CD to give to our family members for Christmas, which is a great idea, by the way, like awesome idea for a Christmas gift. And this is so weird. Okay, so I had to be like 4, okay? So we were singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and lots of kids put in like little ad-libs during the different parts. So like, you'll go down in history like George Washington. Like that's kind of a thing that kids do. I don't know what you say at the end of yours, leave it down in the comments below. But for whatever reason, at this very time that I was recording me singing a song as a 4-year-old, I decided that for the one time that we were recording it that was actually good and that we were gonna keep, that we hadn't messed it up or anything, we didn't have to redo it, I decided to say, you'll go down in history like an egg. Like an egg. What? So that's of course been an inside joke forever. I used to get in trouble in kindergarten for helping the special needs kids around the playground. You heard that right. So in my last video, I talked about all of my siblings, and just as a refresher, I have an older sister, Jana, who's 2.5 years older than me. I have a younger stepsister, Claire, who is 15, almost 16. I have a younger brother, Parker, who is my half brother technically. He's my mom and my stepdad's child. And he is 2.5, almost 3. He turns 3 next month. And I have a step brother on my dad's side, which is relatively new. They just got married recently. And I also have a baby sister, hopefully, on the way on that side. My stepmom is pregnant and she's due in February. This is the first time I've actually said this on camera, but we've known for a while now. And the fun fact in all of this is that my half brother Parker and my stepbrother Ray are the same age, which is kind of funny. I have lots of nicknames and here they are. Livy, Liv, Livy Lou, Lewis, Looper, O, Blooper, Bolivia, and Omper, which is OMP, which is like my initials. That one I've had my entire life. Thank you, Dad. I saw the Jonas Brothers 2 times in concert as a little kid, and the pictures are pretty funny. That's the main reason why my family wanted me to say this one. So enjoy. They're so bad. And Jane and I had a dog for 1 day. I might talk about that another time because I don't really feel like talking about it now because it makes me sad. Okay, I hope you guys still think I am a sane person after this video because I'm kind of a weirdo, and I don't know, I hope you guys are too, because being weird is fun. If you have a similar story to one of mine, I hope that you do. Comment down below which one you related to most, and maybe leave a fun fact about yourself as well. But that is basically it for this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Oh wait, I did it wrong. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and all of that fun stuff. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Make sure you guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Okay, bye! Whoa, Mina. And basically it was a little cafe. Why did I say it weird? It was basically a little cafe. It was a little cafe. My first younger cousin, that's a lie, that's not true, borrowed soap for Halloween. Not for Halloween.